So I've finished knitting from April the 1st to April the 22nd. It's looking very bright and cheery as the temperatures start to warm up. Now, today, I'm going to finish up April. So let's start on April 23rd and finish out April. So let's get started and see what colors are going to combine and what the temperature is like. So let's get started. April 2024. Let's finish it up. I am on April 23rd and the temperature is 71 Fahrenheit. The color I'm going to use is mustard. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the yellow. Okay. April 23rd. I'm going to add on the mustard. Okay. I'm going to continue knitting for row 1 all the way across. Knitting all the way across, garter knit stitch. Row 1. Tie my knot. Okay. And then I'm just going to knit all the way across April 23rd. I'm just knitting to the end of row 1, April 23rd, 71 Fahrenheit. I'm using the yarn color mustard, knitting to the end. And now I am going to continue knitting row 2, same color mustard, 2 rows per day, knit all the way across to the end. It's getting longer. Just knitting all the way across for row 2, April 23rd. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I'm just going to secure my knot. And then when I reach the end of row 2, I'll knot it again to secure my knots at the end. And later I'll have to weave all these in, which should be sometime soon. April 24. I'm on April 24th and it is 69 Fahrenheit. I don't have to change my color. I can continue on with the yarn color mustard. So for row 1, I'm just going to knit all the way across. Garter knit stitch, just knit all the way across. Apparently, she feels the need to just lay on everything knitting. This is my cat. Yes, I'm talking about you. You hear me, Lucy? You're literally on my paper. This is my cat. April 24th, 69 Fahrenheit. I'm knitting to the end of row 1 using the color mustard. Knitting to the end. Now I'm going to knit all the way across row 2. Just knit all the way across. Continue knitting row 2, April 24th, all the way across. April 24th, 69 Fahrenheit. I'm just knitting to the end of row 2. And now I'm ready to start my new day. All right, I'm just going to cut the mustard off. April 25th, 58 Fahrenheit. And I am going to be working with light green. So I'm just going to add on light green, April 25th. And I'm going to continue knitting all the way across for row 1. So just knit all the way across. I'm just tying this once, my ends, and then I'll tie it again when I come back. And I'm going to continue knitting all the way across. April 25th, 58 Fahrenheit. I'm knitting with light green, and I'm just coming to the end of row 1. Just knitting all the way to the end. Now I'm going to continue knitting all the way across for row 2. So just knit all the way across. April 25th, 58 Fahrenheit, knitting all the way across for row 2. April 25th, 58 Fahrenheit. I'm using light green. I'm just knitting to the end of row 2, knitting all the way to the end. And now I'm ready to start my new day. All right, I'm going to just tie my knot a second time to secure the end. And this is all the ends I will have to start weaving in, because that's going to be absolutely time consuming if I keep it to all the way to the end of the year. So this is another project that I should start working on, is weaving all that in. It's a lot. It's a lot. All right. Let's continue on. I'm just cutting off my light green. I'm working on April 26, 62 Fahrenheit. I am going to use varsity yellow. So let's add on varsity yellow, April 26. I'm going to knit all the way across row 1. Just knit all the way across. Okay. I'm going to tie this once, and when I come back, I will tie it again. There we go. Just continue knitting all the way across. So easy to fall behind in this, but I mean, it's always knit at your own pace. The colors are so vibrant. I just absolutely adore, like, here's my cool colors starting in January. We have some February. January, we actually had a warm day, 74 Fahrenheit. And as we progress with the temperatures, as you can tell, it's still fluctuating. Some blues sprinkled in there, but we're getting there. It's so much fun. We're continuing on April 26th, just knitting all the way across. April 26th, 62 Fahrenheit. I'm just knitting to the end of row 1, garter knit stitch, knitting to the end. April 26th. Now I'm going to knit all the way across for row 2, varsity yellow, knit all the way across to the end. April 26, 62 Fahrenheit. I'm knitting to the end of row 2, varsity yellow. I'm all set to start my new day, so let's see what color is next. I'm just tying this again to secure my knots. The end of the row. Right. I'm just cutting off my varsity yellow. April 27th, 53 Fahrenheit. The temperature's dropping. We are using a varsity green. I'm just going to add on varsity green. I'm going to knit row 1 all the way across. So just knit all the way across. I'm going to secure my knot once, and then when I come back, I'll tie it again. I'm just going to knit all the way to the end. April 27th, 53 Fahrenheit, varsity green. I'm knitting to the end of row 1, knitting all the way to the end. Now I'm going to continue knitting row 2 all the way across. So just knit all the way across to the end. April 27th, 53 Fahrenheit. I'm using varsity green. I'm just knitting to the end of row 2, knitting all the way to the end. And now I'm ready to start another day. So let's start a new day with a new color. Just going to tie this twice. So tie it again. All right. I'm going to cut off the varsity green. I am on April the 28th, 82 Fahrenheit, and I'm going to use the color Rust. So I'm just going to add this on. We have a new color, and we have a big temperature jump. So I'm just adding on Rust to knit row 1 all the way across. So just knit all the way across to the end. I'm going to go ahead and tie this once, and then when I come back, I'll tie it again to tie my ends to secure it. Continue knitting all the way across. April 28th, 82 Fahrenheit. I'm using the color Rust, and I'm just knitting to the end of row 1. And now I'm going to continue knitting row 2 all the way across. April 28th, 82 Fahrenheit, knitting all the way to the end of the row. Blanket's getting really long. April 28th, 82 Fahrenheit. I'm knitting with the color Rust. I'm almost finished row 2. So I'm just going to knit to the end. And now I'm ready to start a new day, and let's see if it's a new color. I'm going to tie my knot second time, the end of row 2, to secure my ends. I'm just cutting off the Rust. April 29th. We are using a new color. We are using a varsity red, and the temperature is 86 Fahrenheit. So let's add the red on and start a new color for a new day. Just going to add on varsity red. I'm just going to knit all the way across. Just knit all the way across row 1. And just continue knitting all the way to the end. I'm just going to go ahead and tie my ends, tie my knot once, and then I'll tie it again when I come back. I'm going to continue knitting with my new color all the way to the end, my new day. April 29th, 86 Fahrenheit. I'm using varsity red, and I'm just knitting to the end of row 1. I'm going to continue knitting in varsity red, my new color, all the way to the end for row 2. Just knit all the way across. April 29th, 86 Fahrenheit. I'm using varsity red, and I'm just finishing up row 2. Almost done knitting to the end. And now I'm going to start my new day with a new color. I'm going to go ahead, tie my second knot at the end of the row, secure it. I'm going to go ahead and cut off Varsity Red. I'm on April 30th and the temperature is 82 Fahrenheit. I'm going to go ahead and add on the color Rust. So I'm going to knit row 1 all the way across, adding on my new color. I'm just adding on my new color Rust for that day, and I'm going to knit all the way across. So just knit all the way across row 1. I'm going to go ahead, tie once the end for my knot, and when I come back, I'll tie the second knot to secure my end. So I'm knitting all the way across in Rust. April 30th, 82 Fahrenheit. I'm knitting row 1 in the color Rust, just knitting to the end. I'm going to continue knitting for row 2 in the Rust, knitting all the way across to the end. April 30th, 82 Fahrenheit. I'm knitting to the end of row 2. I'm using the color Rust, just knitting all the way to the end. And now I'm ready to start my new day. All right, securing my end, double knot. All right, I have completed April 23rd to April 30th, 2024, and we introduced a new color, Varsity Red. So as the colors still continue to fluctuate, we are getting into the more vibrant, bright colors. So the colors are looking much more brighter, and our temperature is still up and down, but we're trying to make it to the 80s. This is what we have completed for the month of April of 2024. And now I'm ready to start in May. The next time I post my videos, I will try to get caught up for the month of May. I'm a little behind, but I will get there. All right, everyone, happy knitting, and thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see everyone next time. Happy knitting, everyone. Bye for now.